Hey guys, this is Dark Plays Angels Rising Reborn. Yes, Angels Rising Reborn. Last time we got our mission, this time we are in our mission, so here we go. A planet that has no name, a world that has no civilization. The woods are as still as the lost grave of the adventurer Hillick Harnson. No, bad. No thinking about dead SITOs. If you think about the names on the wall, you're going to end up being one. Still, the comparison is warranted. So silent around here. So still. Not even a breeze is blowing through the abandoned campsite. Such peacefulness sets ill in my heart. We should return to the ship. It's okay. We just scared all the animals away with the ship's engines. They will return in time. And eat us, perchance? I don't know. Stop worrying, Cole. Stop worrying, dude. I checked the scanners, and nothing bigger than my fist registered for 5 miles around us. Small can be ferocious. With all due respect, we should limit our voices to not disturb any potential wildlife, sir. Major Purcell, are you ready? The sudden shift of Soul's professionalism towards me catches me off guard for a moment, but I grab it as an anchor. Focus is key. This is no different than a training mission. I am ready. Nobody touched anything. Clues around here could be anything. And I am heading back to the shuttle. If you need me, my lady, please call. That will be fine, sir. If you need a break, I could always use the company. We've got work to do. We are yours to command, Major Purcell. Okay, Lieutenant Zuri, I want you setting up sensors and seeing what you can about any remaining camp defenses. Already did. Really? It was the first thing I did when I came off the shuttle. It'd be really bad of me to let you step on a landmine or something. She's right. Should have had her check the first second she stepped off. A mistake. Surprisingly good work from you. Don't sound so surprised all the time, please. Then could you keep an eye out for any potential threats? Of course. Nobody's going to hurt you while I'm here. My gut tells me that casual remark is a serious one. It's a comforting thought to know someone has been ensuring my safety. Captain Moonfollow, I want your help in determining what happened to the camp's resident. The camp looks almost too spotless to be abandoned. I need to study the local fauna. Anyway, our mission takes priority. Don't lose focus. So, Major Hackett. Major, my mission to investigate flora and fauna is a mission from the board of directors. Yours is Space Force directed. My mission trumps yours. Now wait but I can do both. You can count on me, Natalie. Thanks. She needs to remember we are a team, not a bunch of lone wolves. If she has her own missions, we can't hold a grudge. Orders are orders. Whatever. Focus, Major Hackett. I need you to help me look for clues about what they were looking for here. This place reeks of strangeness. Then we are in agreement. Why here? Why this place? I don't see any good reason to stay here. That's why we need to find out. And may left bless us. I'll report anything I find. I walk through the camp with the utmost care. Any potential delicate clue could be lying underfoot. I have to be cautious. But as I nose around the tents, it is the lack of clues that highlights itself to me. There's no sign of a struggle, no sign of an attack by wildlife that could have driven the researchers away, no signs of a hasty departure. Why would someone abandon all of their survival here? Yet I cannot find any trace of what they were doing. All computers, all documentation are conspicuously absent. Personal effects are also strangely absent. I can find plenty of jackets for what I suppose could be cold night, but I can't find a single picture of somebody's loved ones. Why? I sat down on one of the thin, collapsible chairs around a table that I could only presume once held to computer racks. There has to be something here that I'm missing. Were they planning on returning soon? Maybe an excursion into the local area. Still, why would they take all of their computer equipment, but none of their survival gear? Bridge, this is Ground Team. Go ahead, Ground Team. Requesting a scan for any humanoid life forms within a 50-mile radius of our site. Wilco, we'll send you the results in 10. I copy that, thanks. There isn't any point in doing that, Nat. What makes you say that? Zuri flares her wings like a hawk zooming in on its prey. I have to resist the urge to jump back. I can feel the disturbance on the wind, the voice of the world. You can? Your wings are sensitive enough to detect these sorts of things? It takes a lot of work to decipher what I feel, but you don't get to perform if you can't feel the wind. When a warrior spirit is in harmony with the world, all of its secrets will be revealed. I knew it was a good idea to bring you along. What do you feel? What secrets are out there? I'm sorry, I'm just a little excited. This place, it feels dead. Yeah, like the inhabitants disappeared in a flash. The wind, the world, it all feels vacant. Like we were sitting on a sacred site that was to remain undisturbed. You sound a little scared. A true warrior fears nothing. I'm not true warrior enough. It is putting me on edge. Like any moment something will rise and devour me. We're all here together. I might not be able to do much in a fight, but you can count on me. Don't worry, I haven't trained for years just to let some spooky camp make me run in fright. Defending you is my duty. I just feel really ill here. Could we go soon? We will soon. Is there anything I can do to help you out? I have some tea, if you'd like. Tea is a sage's drink, not a brave warrior, so thanks for thinking of me. Aren't all warriors supposed to be scholars as well as fighters? Try some. You caught me. Too bitter for my tastes. I like sweet things. So things that aren't like you. I'm so sweet that you can't leave me out in the rain. Did you find anything? Whoever was here fled quickly, but ensured that we would have no easy way to follow them. It could be possible that the Reach searchers were captured by pirates. Pirates would have taken everything of value. The generator over there is worth thousands, but it was left behind. And what do you think happened, Lizard Brain? I don't know. If you are going to shoot down my theory, at least have something to replace it with. Ground team, this is the bridge. Go ahead. Negative on those scans. You're all alone down there. Thanks. Who's still out? I told you the wind never lies, so we have no clues. It would appear so. Someone is trying very hard to make sure that we do not find out what the researchers were doing. Faye shoves her way past Zuri's outstretched wings, clearly trying to get to me in a hurry. I might have a clue. Did you find a bone or something? I'm not a dog. You always fool me. Please hurry, Major. I didn't want to touch it. Is it hazardous? So, get our chem gear. Roger. No, it's... You just need to see it for yourself. Captain Moonfollow leads me to a spot on the far edge of the camp. The soil is disturbed and I can see where she was digging. Was she secretly looking for a bone? If she was, she found me one. A data pad lies half buried in the soil. The corner of the rectangular tablet juts out. I can only assume that Captain Moonfollow was pulling it out when she realized I should do it. You were very smart to leave the excavation to me. We don't want to risk damaging it. That's not it. That isn't dirt staining the screen. Curiosity gets the better of me, so I skip safely following procedures and pull it out without being delicate. She's right. The dirt stain is far too red to be from the soil. Perhaps they found it on another planet. If they found it somewhere with red sand, or... That makes no sense. Why would they dig it up one place just to bury it in another? It wouldn't have a splotchy pattern like it had now if it was from soil. Could it be blood? Dried up blood? Smells like it. Blood? But whose? Why? Who would bury a blood-covered data pad? How deep was it? Barely under the surface. I was looking for more signs of disturbed ground, but none of the others had anything buried in them. Tracks. Still, we might be able to pull something useful from this one. We shouldn't stay here. What do you mean? We need to do a full scan of the area. It's possible that we may find the fate of our missing researchers. There's something wrong here. Very wrong. In the land. My father always taught me to listen to the animals. If you can't hear them, he said, you should run. Even though I've got a slightly worrisome feeling, I don't feel anything like Zuri or Moonfollow are talking about. Still, it would be unwise to ignore the advice of my crew. Everyone gather up. We'll head back to the Nimros and investigate this datapad there further. Don't tell me you are getting cold feet because this puppy can't handle a little blood. I can. Major, please listen to us. We need to go now. Darkness is settling. It's just a storm cloud. You can't seriously think you're going to dissolve because you are so sweet. So, our security officer just said they don't feel safe here anymore. We are going. Fine. I look at the storm clouds off in the distance. I don't like retreating from a mystery, but if my crew is to trust me, I must trust in them. Besides, I've got a potential I've got a potential clue. I brush off the remaining specks of Derp from the tarnished silver casing. My little enigma must have something important on it. It has to. Someone tried hiding this one. I can only hope it was a researcher who didn't want whatever got the other computers. It must be someone who knows the truth can never die. People don't murder others over old trinkets and ruins. Something important with here, perhaps something dangerous. Command wouldn't have sent me after old pottery. A weapon, maybe. A weapon is something people would kill over. A weapon is worth sending out an SITO. A weapon. Could there have been an ancient weapon of mass destruction buried on this ground? Have we disturbed the grounds of mystery best left unsolved? Very lightly grips my shoulder, bringing me back around. Sorry, everyone pull out. Excuse me. As I step out of the shuttle airlock, I can't but feel a little happy. It almost feels like returning home after a long day's work. Actually, that is what it is. Huh, I never really thought about it. The ship is my home now. The commander should hear about our discovery. I'm going to report it to her before I tear this thing apart. Go on ahead. I need a word with Lieutenant Zuri. Huh? So it was my decision to come back home. I know, and I accept that. I just need to talk to her about something work-related. Alright, don't be too long. This will be quick. Do you think she'll be alright with him? Tell the commander that I got mud all over my boots. I'll be there shortly. I'll go tell her. Thanks. I barely make it 10 feet before Soul's deep voice booms out. Lieutenant, what were you thinking out there? Thoughts. That's what most people think. Let me make myself more clear. When I looked up from my investigation, do you know what I saw? The sun? A bird? Battling? If you knew what was good for you, you would stop talking. I saw you, Lieutenant, staring off into space when she was on duty. I wasn't staring off into space. I swear, Major. Okay, the forest. I don't care where you were staring. It wasn't at any of your security equipment. Let me be clear. I barely tolerate your constant accidental assaults, your lax behavior, and your disrespect. I somehow managed to muster the courage or strength each day not to write all of that paperwork. But when we finally have a real use for you, the last thing I imagined you doing was just standing there with your mouth open. You keep telling me how you want to be a real warrior. I do. I am. Then what the hell were you doing out there? The whole team was in danger because of your actions. I had it under control. Why can't you trust me? Mind your tone. Sir, I wasn't zoning out, or whatever you think it might have been. Oh, and what were you doing, Lieutenant? I was sensing the wind. What? With my wings, I can detect the slightest vibrations in the air, which allows me to detect any threats long before it gets close to us. That's amazing. You think so? Of course. How anyone could be so remarkably stupid proves that we clearly have not hit the bottom of the barrel. It's true. I don't doubt that you believe in your freaking mutant superpower. However, can you tell me what this is? It's my sensor monitor. And what does it do? It allows me to monitor my sensors that I placed around our camp, sir. And now I'm sir again. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? That I should have relied upon my sensor per regulations, sir. I know it is pointless to say, but if you know that, I shouldn't have to remind you. Don't slack at the next site. I'm counting on you to protect us. Yes, sir. And watch where you put those talons of yours. You smashed a couple of bottles at the site that I was going to inspect. Phil looks exasperated, but I'm on the fence if I should support him. True, Zuri needs to follow our checks list, but having a second layer of defenses is smart. What if Zuri's method had detected something that the sensors couldn't read? But what if Zuri missed something on her senses and we got attacked? Both of them were right. I want to move in to support them and end this, but I can't undermine Nimrod's executive officer when he is setting his standards. All I can do is support them both and hope they someday see that they both could have been right or wrong today. Oh hey, you seem to hold up pretty well. He must have been in a good mood today. He actually yelled at me for something other than being a lizard. I'm sorry. Not your fault. Besides, a good warrior doesn't let petty insults get under her skin. She says as she brushes away something that glistened from the corner of her eye. Still, her ability to bounce back is admirable. If it makes you feel better, I didn't feel like I was in any danger with you there. I felt like we were in danger. It was like the land was crying out in anger at our arrival. Land? Crying out? I'll have to check the shuttle's external audio recorders to see if there was anything I didn't hear. Hey Nat, thanks for standing up for me out there. Don't look surprised. What did you think I was? Did you think I was going to do? Call you lizard brain and ignore your recommendations? You're good friends with Soul, so yeah. Just because we're friends doesn't mean we see eye to eye on everything. I trust him, Zuri, but I trust you as well. You trust me? I've never heard that before. What? Most people only say they can trust me to screw things up. I'm gonna be the best warrior there is. You can count on me, Nat. People trust her to screw things up? Well, I meant that I can trust her because she's a fellow soldier. No, Zuri seems passionate. I have to have faith in her. It would be ill of me not to give her my full support. Let's go back. I'll show you. I'll fight the evil storm of threatening to destroy you. How about we go report into the commander before she becomes an evil storm herself? Roger. I like her. It's good to have a kind, good-spirited security officer. Victory and promotions are assured. I don't know, I like her too. She's just so... Ma'am, Major Pustil, report. I found the escape trails for the shuttles. Welcome back, Major. I found all 5 of their escape trails to throw us off. I bet you didn't find anything. I've already heard your story, Lieutenant. But she hasn't. I bet you're regretting not sending me along now, aren't you? The camp was abandoned. It didn't appear to be ransacked, but we were unable to locate any documentation or electronic devices. See, you should have had the real hero go with. Except for this data pad. We found it covered in dry blood and buried in the dirt. Captain Moonfollow was the one who found it. Excellent work. I also want to commend you on the hasty retreat. The storm you spotted appears to have grown in strength. Our sensors are reporting weather strong enough to prevent takeoffs. So much for going back there now. That storm could have been dangerous, but was that a simple coincidence or a sign of something more sinister? Zuri looks disturbed, her frank smile from earlier being replaced by a restless look of distress. I'm going to bring her with me from now on. Even if she was wrong, she's got a good sense for the weather. I'd rather not be trying to search a site in a hurricane. Let me see that. Not so fast. Let me see that. I meant I haven't done an in-depth investigation on it yet. We don't know the secrets it may contain. Power on. We should be doing this in a controlled location. It needs a password. Did you think to find it? Give it back. I snatched it out of the rude Kitsune's hands before she has a chance to inflict any further potential harm. If you will excuse me, ma'am, I will report in once I determine what sort of secrets it may contain. While we do what? Sit on our thumbs? I already told you I have the location of 5 outbound shuttles. Then follow one of them. I'll give you a better idea of where I want to go after I work on this. Fine. Fine. This is not fine. This is actually dangerous, unlike the storm we ran from. Trust in her soul. I do trust in Natalie. If she thinks that we should continue forward while she works on the device, why can you not support her decisions? Because he doesn't trust any of us. Never mind then, my dear. Let us return to the lab and begin our work. I want to help! Me too! Alright, let's get cracking. I'll get us to the sites where Star thinks the runaway shuttles went. You can count on me. Us. Thanks. I won't let you down. I'm a little nervous with all 3 of you hovering over my shoulders. This is boring. Make something happen. It takes a while for my program to work. It takes a few hours before we can pull all of the encrypted data off. If you will pardon me, I must do an inventory of our supplies, my dear. I gotta go as well. Bye. Go ahead and leave. I can tell you are bored out of your mind as well. Aren't you bored as well? No way. There's so much mystery behind this. I want to be here the second this finishes. You're so motivated. I mean, noise, more like it. Try as I might, there aren't enough clues to build any sort of case. My report back to command is going to sound so weak and pathetic. I can feel my promotion slipping through the cracks, but I'm not going to let it. How about you show me how to play a candy shop? We need to focus on the job at hand. You look like you're about to tear your hair out. I am. Maybe you just need to think about it in a different way. By playing games? I would think that I should serve as a better role model than that, Zuri. That sounds professional, I believe. The real answer is that I would have broken it out if the security cracking program didn't cause immense lag. I have an idea. Why don't you play some music for me while we wait? Or we could just sit here in silence and wait. I like that idea. You don't have to play if you don't want to play. It's okay. So much for that approach. going to try playing my soundtrack flute music and see if she'll play along next time. I know I'm being a bother, but I want to hear it live. Over the whir of the machines, I can hear Pink muttering. I glance over at Zuri and see her lips moving ever so slightly. If you want to tell me to shut up, feel free. The lab is the one place where rank holds no place. You think I'm a warrior, right? I am. I think I am. You are what you think you are. Wait, is that why you won't play for me? You can't seriously be thinking that. I think a good workout is exactly what I need right now. My coach would be so disappointed in how much I've been slacking. I'm not that stupid. You are what you think you are. So I'm a slacker? You think I'm a real warrior? I've played more computer games than you know exist and barely passed my fitness test. No rank here. Tell me the truth. I don't think you are. Scholars aren't warriors. They're weak communities. But you seem like a really smart scholar, and I like you as a friend. I'm glad you think so. I like you as well. However, I also think you are completely and utterly wrong. I am a real warrior. Oh? Then let's spar. I need to practice my stance. No, you'd have me sprawled out over the floor. I'd rather not have to do my work later with potentially broken bones. But you said you were a warrior. I am. I just fight a different type of battle than you do. I don't get you. You scholars are all the same, trying to confuse me. Maybe you're just not trying hard enough to understand. A glowing green light catches my attention. I flick the transfer switch and sit down in my computer chair. Sorry, Zuri, the rest of my life lesson is going to have to wait until later. It's ready? Is there anything I can do to help? Let me concentrate, and I'll show you how to be a warrior in the digital age. That's not real fight. It never is when I'm involved. Transfer complete. The program reports that I have acquired all files from the datapad. The most boring and exciting part of my investigation begins. One by one, I have to sort through each one of the files until I find something that is of use. People might call this an invasion of privacy, but I like to think of it as getting the mission done. Whoever owned this played Candy Shop too. Focus, Zuri. Sorry. That's like Candy Crush, but Candy Shop. The first thing to check is the personal documents. If there's one place I'm going to jackpot, it is in these. Incriminating records, here I come. Minutes tick by as I flip through each of the 20 masks of... I'm sorry. You make me skip! My excitement dwindles with each passing one. Most of them are standard issue textbooks. I can recognize a few of them from my schooling days. There isn't even a general theme. I've got an ancient civilization book on one side and a fantasy book about dragons on the other. I passed the dragon one to Zuri, who dives right into it. Whoever owned this didn't keep records of journal entries. The only written documents I can find are for a basic composition course. I got a dang undergraduate datapad. Dang it. Worthless. If I could breathe fire and smash stuff with my massive talent, it would be so cool. Didn't you smash things at the site, according to Soul? Or do you want to do more of it? No, you're no fun. If you were 20 feet high, we wouldn't be able to fit you in the ship either. Can you let me have my dream of being a super powerful beast of legend? I'm just curious why you'd want that. You seem to be powerful enough as you are. Nobody'd dare fight me if I was such a menacing monster. Protecting people would be easy. Dragons protected gold, not people. The mindless drivel coming out of my mouth is only stalling the onset of fear. Some young student's notes on a course I once taught isn't going to solve this. Don't fear now. We'll get through this. You'll find the clues, and I'll transform into a towering green dragon. Of course, Zuri. I'll show you how a warrior of the digital era fights. Rally, Natalie. You can't appear weak. I flip through the pictures. Next. Nothing jumps out at me. The kid couldn't have been a year over 16. Where is he now? I can only assume the worst. I see a picture with a tall male and a plump female, both with graying hair. Parents. They're probably at home wondering how their son is doing with his adventures in the galaxy. Mom, did she worry about me? If Dad was still around, I know he would. He was adamant that I become a professor and teach history, not travel the universe. This is why we fight. Yeah. You might not believe it, but Sol always used to tell me that he joined the force so kids didn't have to feel unsafe in our turbulent age. Really? Why couldn't you said that? Does Sol seem like the type to admit something so weak and heartfelt? Having compassion isn't weakness. It is when you put yourself in danger every day of the week. I flip past the picture, unable to dwell on it any longer. It isn't until the very last picture that I finally find something of interest. Oh, transfer me that one. Transfer me that one. A towering limestone tablet with delicate inscriptions carved on it. I don't remember seeing this at the research site. A giant rock would have stuck out. The picture comes in a variety of angles. There are no notes associated with them, but I can only assume that the person who took these was excited. This rock was something important. Zuri, do you understand these inscriptions? I've never seen anything like this before. Ikna fala sortui no. You can read it? Nope, I'm just saying random things to sound smart. Not sure if sarcastic or just trying to upset me. Sorry, I really don't have any clue what these things are. Do not ever joke like that again. Sorry, Major. I enjoy a good laugh, but not in the heat of things. Computer, cross-check this with my cryptography database. I want to know what language this is. Yes, Major Pusil. Cross-checking with internal database before sending to external sites. Estimated response time from SIT Sector 3 linguistic database is 12 hours. 12 hours? Welcome to the joys of interstellar communications. We won't even be able to get a connection when we are in shift. I guess command is going to have to wait a day. Which reminds me, Lieutenant Star, this is Major Pusil on private. If you want to talk to me, do it in person. Too pressing. Could you just distinguish what type of shuttle left the ship trails? Even if I could, do you know how many different types of ships are out there? Billion. 3,822 known types of craft still in use, but I really just need to know if you can determine the size of the ship. No, they're all the same stupid size. I just picked a random path, or do you suddenly have one for me to choose? No, Lieutenant, I don't have any update routes for you. We just need to be on our guard. One of those escaping shuttles is carrying precious cargo. So you do have something. Not until I can confirm a few things. Who's still out. Hey, wait. Didn't you hear the out part of my call? Steffi wants you buckled up. We're going to make the shift in 5 minutes. Roger. Out. Ugh. Forgot about the jump. Like I said before, you're not quite a warrior yet. I'm going to buckle myself down in my bunk and think this over. Wake me up in a few hours, please. Good night and good dreams. No, I don't want dreams. I want answers. Let it simmer for a while, and the answer will come to you. I can only hope that some answers to this mysterious script will be delivered soon. That we are not too late before the shuttles disappear on us. Natalie, are you awake? I am now. What's wrong, Faye? I can see why they paired up to the Sunshine Twins. Haha. Zuri wanted me to come and wake you up. She said something about your datapad beeping. Oh, did my mission come in? You can afford a few moments to grab a bite to eat with me, can't you? I wanted to talk to you about the camp. Even the mud is invited. Apologize. Huh? For what? Apologize to Faye. She's not a mutt. You don't understand a thing. I understand that I'm not tolerating that sort of attitude, even from you, Sol. It's okay, Nat. Sol doesn't mean it. You know I mean every word, you sneaky, despicable dog. Sol! Sol, get back here. All I hear is the clicking of boots get faint as he storms away. I'm sorry about that. I'm also sorry that I have to keep apologizing for him. Face fluffy, tail, hangs limp, and those crystal blue eyes of hers remain dim, but she waves my apology away with a brush. Some things never change. Some things should change. I don't want to start a fight between friends. They aren't a very good friend if you don't know something about them that makes you angry. Please don't. He's been getting better, honest. Our relationship is a special case. That doesn't make it better. You seem like a nice Lupede. He shouldn't be so mean to you or Zuri or Alphonse or anyone else on the ship. Slowly that soft, sleek tail of hers begins to wag once more. Thanks, but there are some things you don't know. And again, there are some things I don't know either. Alright, you're right. There are things I don't know. Want to come with me to find out what Zuri wants? We can get some food afterward. And I can get the real story behind why Soul seems to hate you more than the others. Brilliant, Natalie, brilliant. Sure. I love her. I don't understand why he doesn't like her. I mean, she's adorable. Even though I really thought that she was a boy. I don't know why they drew me with a boy, but there you go. Hi, Zuri, I'm back. Huh? Nobody's here. Something wrong? Do you hear that? It's all crinkly sounding. No, but I smell it. That smoldering electronic smell. It's just like when my radar used to overheat. Where's it coming from? I don't see anything in my lab equipment or any of the testing processors, but this room is pressurized and sealed to prevent potential contamination. It has to come from you. My eyes can scan the room, but nothing jumps out at me. What the hell could have... I step further into the room and hear the noise Faye was talking about. It sounds like boots stepping on some sort of glass. Oh. I look down and rewarded by the sight of the obvious answer to who was stepping on glass. Shards of sparkling glass are scattered around on the floor. Where did they take all of my self-restraint, not just scream in primal rage when I trace the glass to its original origins, my data pad. All of those hours, all of that data, my heroes. A ceremony honoring the dead warriors over a dozen games. That is what I must do after I get this cleaned up. Heroes who will never see their adventures completed. I can't even begin to imagine the punishment that awaits Zuri when I find her. This sort of crime is unforgivable. She couldn't even be bothered to admit she broke my stuff. It looks like somebody stabbed her data pad with some sort of cone-shaped object. No, Faye, they knocked it on the ground and stepped on it. The damage is obvious. I'm not talking about that one. What? I only own one. With the utmost care, she lifts up my precious clue. No, not precious anymore. The thin polymorph sheeting has been defiled with a large hole gouged in the middle. I yank my only lifeline out of Captain Moonfall's hands. No. This couldn't happen. I jam the power button again and again, but the shattered screen remains as dark as my dreams. What beast could have done this? It wasn't like that when I left, I promise. I hadn't uploaded it to command yet. All gone. Everything. I can feel myself deflating like a punctured balloon. Tracing the shuttle was a shot in the dark. This, my hope. And watch where you put those talons of yours. You smashed a couple of bottles at the site that I was going to expect. Most people only say that they can trust me to screw things up. Captain Moonfollow, what would you say could have caused that hole? I don't know, a spike maybe? Would you say it is about the same size as the spikes on Zuri's wings? Maybe. I don't know what my heart feels like now. It's as empty as a void, but the heat of unbridled rage burns strong in it. Lieutenant Zuri! I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I don't know what I'm yelling. It's the painful howl of someone who has just lost their everything. No words will be able to explain my loss of precious information to command. No words can replace my only lead. And no words can make sense of the pain in my heart. My sweet Major, whatever is wrong? I don't trust myself to speak. I can only raise my shattered dreams. The research campaign? What happened to it? Zuri. We don't know. Are you saying you did it? No, I didn't. Sol and Commander Versuno sprint in. Versuno's composure is strong and uncompromising, but Sol is breathing hard, and there is an almost manic light in his eyes. Natalie, are you alright? Calm down, Major. So, why are you screaming like a banshee on my ship? Look! I don't give two craps about some stupid trinket. Are you alright? Did she hurt you? What does it matter? It's gone. The spike went right through the central drive unit. There's no way I can recover anything. If you want me to give her a look, I want you to shut the hell up. Nat, there are more things to find out there. Are you alright? I'm physically fine. I came as fast as I could. What's wrong? Zuri, it seems odd that our security officer would take so long to respond to an emergency. Odd? This is my downtime. You decided to go off shift right after this? This? What's this? Don't lie to me. Really, I don't know what you're yelling at me about. This! I shoved the broken pad under her nose and watched those green eyes widen in terror, clearly frightened that I knew of her foul deed. Natalie, oh my. Why are you looking at me? You don't think I did this, did you? Did Faye leave before you? Yes, Faye left, then I left. It was fine before I left. I swear upon the winds I do. You were the only person here. You were the only person who could have done this. I'm afraid the hole caused by whatever damage the pad matches your spike size. I know your measurements. You have spiked wings too. Mine are much too big to have caused this. For your next question, I was with Kylie trying to fix the bathroom. Then there's my personal data pad, crushed. Could have just fallen. There's a boot print on it, a large one like yours. Soul has big feet. Maybe he came in here and tried to frame me. You all know he doesn't like me or non-humans. I glance at Soul. Out of the seas of hostile faces, his is the only one that is calm and collected. I figured he would be the most upset person, this incident confirming his anger over Zuri. But he's not. If anything, he looks contemplative. Lieutenant Zuri, the Major was with me during the time in question. You would do well not to cloud our investigation with bias and petty insults. You have a history of stepping on things, don't you? Who else could it have been but you? Stop lying to me. Stop lying to all of us. You broke both of them by accident, I'm sure, but you did it. This was my only clue, Zuri, my only hope, and you smashed it. You destroyed them both, and you can't even find the courage to admit it. What sort of warrior does that? Please, Nat. On my honor as a warrior, I swear before the winds that I didn't do it. You have to believe me. She's pleading with me. Her tone is as hurt and weak as mine. My anger is draining out as it begins to vent from my heart. She was the only person who stuck with me during the dull time. I don't want to think she did it, but the facts are the facts. Zuri was the only one who could have done it. Zuri wouldn't lie to me. I've just gotten to know her, but I can feel in my heart that Zuri wouldn't lie to me. I have to have faith in my crew. I need to start considering more than just damning facts. There's more here. There has to be. I've let my fear take over my mind. My emotions are swirling around like a vortex. I'm not thinking straight. Okay, Zuri. I believe you. Nat. Major Fusil, you are allowing your emotions to cloud your judgment. Excuse me? The evidence you have submitted is the proof I need. Lieutenant Zuri, you have the means, the history of clumsiness, and the opportunity. But that you continue to deny your guilt is conduct unbecoming of an officer. Quite appalling. Till I can determine what punishment should be, you are hereby restricted to your quarters. Myself or Major Hackett will escort you for food at designated periods of the day. No, I think it's that horn butthole. I don't remember her name. She's got pink hair, and she's the only one who didn't come. I will determine what sort of punishment this act of negligence warrants at a later time. Captain Moonfollow, please inform Lieutenant Starr. Lieutenant Starr! That she will be rooming with you at alternate sleep cycles. Yes, ma'am. Major Fusil, report to me the damage after you do a less emotional assessment. I will comply, and you are coming with me back to your quarters. I didn't do it. Keeping your mouth shut and not making your situation worse would be wise. But I didn't do it! Lieutenant, I didn't. Why won't you believe me? If you had proven yourself more trustworthy in the past, it wouldn't have had to end this way. If you will excuse me, my dear. Soul, you haven't said anything this whole time. I was pondering the mysteries of the universe. Tell me, Natalie, why do you think Zuri is innocent? The evidence is against her. I can't let my anger of this situation dilute my understanding. Right now, every single piece of evidence suggests that it was Zuri. The fact alone makes me suspect others. Everything just seems too convenient. Even if she hadn't been the last confirmed person in the room, we would have suspected Zuri due to her nature of not watching her surroundings. If we consider a second suspect, Zuri logically would be the first person I'd try to pin the blame on. As you saw, nobody would question it. Then there's the circumstances surrounding it. Where did she go? Less than 10 minutes passed between Faye leaving and my arrival. If she really was the one who smashed my pads, she should have been near the scene and one of the first to respond. She could have waited. Perhaps. What also bugged me was her defense. Most criminals would have tried to show an alibi to prove their innocence. Zuri didn't. She just repeated that she didn't do it. It makes me feel that she really believes that she didn't do it. Then there's the damage to the recovered data pad. I didn't consider this in my anger, but what if sort of weird angle would she have had to do it? Had to be to do that. What about her martial art? In my lab, I give her some credit. Besides, there was no other damage to the rest of the room. Do you want to know what I think? I'm letting my emotions blind me. Really, Soul? You're letting yourself be blinded by presumption now. I fully agree with you. I think Zuri is innocent. Huh? Your analysis of the situation where we could have a true culprit framing Zuri matches my thought. You just missed one very important detail, though. Oh? As odd as it is for me to be the one to say it, you missed the emotional aspect. Zuri is not the type to lie. She believes that babble about being a real warrior is almost always truthful. She'll dodge questions like no tomorrow, but she has never straight out lied to me. If she says she's innocent, I'm forced to believe her. There's something belittling about being told to look at a psychological aspect of a case by Soul. Still, I agree. Zuri seems so open. Lying doesn't fit my picture of her. But if we conclude that Zuri's innocent, we're going to be forced to face another unpleasant fact. Someone destroyed those data pads. They didn't want me to look at what those pictures contained. Pictures? I explained what limited findings I had gathered before my information was ripped away from me. Just like when I first thought about it, the look of the worry and irritation crosses his eye. The report said they were looking into an artifact, not a giant rock. You didn't recognize the language? It was just gibberish. I might be able to reproduce some of it from memory, but without the original, we have no idea what it said. Could the shuttles have been dispatched to find the pieces of some weapon the rock was directions? Maybe if the writing was coordinates, it was done in prose format. But our problem now is not what was written on them, but why someone decided to destroy that information. What would they gain by thwarting your investigation? To determine the why, we must also determine the who. Our list of suspects is rather large. Excuse me. I have an alibi, as does Commander Rosuna. I also highly doubt that you are a suspect in this. Of course I'm not smashing my own stuff. Idiot, I was sleeping. You walked in. That's right, he walked in with Faye. Did either of them or Rosuna have done something when Zuri left? But before getting me? Her alibi isn't airtight. That doesn't even discount the possibility that Rosuna and Soul are working together because I don't like my mission here. Any presumptions I make now are premature. I need more facts. No matter how strong our bond is, or how foul I feel about even considering it, I need to keep all logical options open. I hate this. I don't want to think ill of Soul or Zuri. I just want to find out what happened to those researchers. Why did someone have to butt in? Why don't you go talk to Zuri while I try to convince our illustrious commander of why Zuri shouldn't be confined? You do that? Of course, though it is a colossal waste of time. She'll say you're emotionally compromised by your feelings towards Zuri, and I'm compromised by my friendship with you. What feelings, idiot? She's a member of this crew, and she deserves to have our full support. I just meant that you two seem to be friends. You sure seem defensive over that. You're just cruel. Why are you even helping Zuri anyway? You hate her. Comes with the title of executive officer. You look out for all of your troops, no matter how annoying or how small their lizard brain is. A leader. That's right. Your job is to find out the truth. Mine is to make sure it doesn't destroy people in the process. I should get going. I as well. Just don't let her know I'm worried about her, alright? Because people might think you have a heart. Because they need to respect their superior officers. We don't need any more discipline failures on this ship. Sure. Good luck, soul. Hey, Zuri, can I come in? Are you going to yell at me some more? I wouldn't blame you. You said you didn't do it. And when has anyone believed my innocence? Soul did. Huh? No way. He did. He told me that the one person on this ship I can always trust to be honest and forthcoming was you. He knows how much you pride yourself on being a warrior. I'm a joke. Don't say that. Not even you considered my side at first. I saw how angry you were at me, and I thought, what? Tell me, Zuri, I want to know. There I go again, screaming with another friendship because I can't be dependable. A real warrior is someone everyone admires, that everyone wishes to be. No one wishes to be me. Most people tell me they are glad they aren't me. Funny, right? No. You're so stuffy. It's hilarious. No. Really, imagine working so hard your entire life to live up to an ideal and not even being remotely good at it. Graceful, not blundering. Focused, not distracted. Stoic, not. And Zuri turns away from me and sits back down with her head buried in her arms. I'm not sure if Reborn can cry, but I know a depressed one when I see it. I'm sure that I'm violating her personal space, but I take a seat on the bed next to her anyway. Her bunk is just as hard and cold as mine. These blankets do nothing against the cold. What do I say to her? I know what my leadership courses taught me on consoling, but this just doesn't remind me of any of the scenarios we went over. Why do you think that you're so awful? Wait, I didn't mean to call you awful. I meant... It's okay, I understand. I'm awful. Dang you open-ended questions. You aren't helping me. Why do you think you aren't a real warrior? I'm not one, am I? A real warrior would sit here questioning yourself. That's not what I mean. I mean, after they demoted me, I should have learned. I should have known I was worthless at anything other than being a grunt, lifting boxes and running around the track really fast. Shut up. What? What I'm trying to say is that you only think you're worthless. You aren't actually that way. But everyone, screw everyone. A real warrior doesn't care about the opinions of others. She cares about her own opinion of herself. I know, but nothing. You are who you want to be. You are who you think you are. How many times must I tell you that? You're driving me crazy. No one can take away your pride in yourself other than you. If you believe you can be a hero, a real warrior, you can't let mean or blind people hurt you. You have to fight. You have to take all the courage and all the honor in your heart and fight. Be the warrior you want to show the world. Not all of those screw-ups weren't my fault. Then instead of moping about what you should have done, focus on what you can do. You train so much that you're driving so crazy. Keep at it until you are a fighter and you can be proud of being. For a scholar, you certainly have the heart of a true warrior. You certainly are the dashing hero you are worked up, Major. See? You should make assumptions. I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'm innocent, and so will Commander Rasuna when you and Soul find the real culprit. The real culprit. I wish it was Zuri in the darkest parts of my heart. This mystery is going to lead me anywhere simple or pleasant. But the truth is out there. The truth can never die. I know the evidence pointed at me. I know I must have looked like the villain, but it meant a lot to me that even though you looked so enraged, you still found it in your heart to trust me. Don't think anything of it. Don't say that. I'm touched. None of my seniors have ever stood up for me when I was getting in trouble. I'll find some way to repay your trust. My code demands it. Really, don't think anything of it. We're friends. What? Nothing. Jeez, don't look at me like that without saying anything, Lieutenant Zuri. Sorry, Major. So, got any plans on how to keep yourself busy? I've been crying before, but I don't think that's such a good idea anymore. Nope. I would be disappointed even more if he heard his security officer was crying. Now that Kika isn't going to be constantly camping out in here, I might have enough room to practice dances. You should practice your flute. Aw, you just gave me this passionate speech that made me think I was wrong about being a scholar. Why'd you say that? I think you're hearing the words coming out of my mouth, but missing the key detail. You're just proving the scholar label was the right one. Ooh, how about you help me with my candy shop game? I would, but electronic games aren't useful for honing one's physical body and spirit to be a warrior. Seems pretty scholarly to me. Yep, I guess you're right. That's sad. I was looking forward to playing it. Delete. Wait! Nope, I'm not. Hey! I take away her data pad before she can commit any sort of heinous crime against her save file. No more innocent data will suffer this day. You can't do that. You have almost 20 hours into this game. Think of the characters you've unlocked. I'm not falling prey to things that would seduce me away from the path. Clearly you have. You played this level 20 times. That's mean. Besides, how are we supposed to trade skills if you delete your game? You were going to teach me your martial arts, right? Fine, it can stay. You're still going to keep playing, right? I'm not as strong as I need to be, so I might, maybe. Okay, don't let yourself give up on something that you find enjoyable. I won't, Elder. I'll stop by later. I need to go check up on Soul. Have fun. I'll be here when you get back. I wish she didn't sound so sad when she said that. Soul's right. There is no lying in her soul. I have to resist the urge to give her a hug and tell her one last time that everything will be fine. Keep your discipline, Natalie. Don't let your emotions overtake your professionalism. But she's my friend. She's my friend! They kind of look like this, I think. Stupid pen. If only I had something that allowed me to write in glowing blue runic symbols. These pin scratches look nothing like a picture. I've been at this for almost 3 full days. I haven't had a decent meal or rest since the start of this. My batteries are far past depleted. This is just awful. I can't base my investigation off of drawings that look like something a 3-year-old drew off for her class. I doubt my decryption program on my defunct datapad could do anything with it. But I've been at this for 3 days. Every time I try to sleep, I come back here to milk my brain for any remaining drop of information. That rock has been drained of any drops of memory. The only break I have permitted myself is an occasional visit to Zuri's confinement. Ew. I'm disturbed! There was a spider on my desk! I'm so disturbed right now, guys. I don't like spiders. Oh, true to our mutual word, we have been exchanging lessons. For a girl who can move as fluidly as the wind and as quickly as lightning, her timing is just as awful in Candy Shop. She couldn't move a piece into the right place if her life depended on it. I glanced at the ship chrono on the wall. It doesn't really matter when you work on your own schedule. It's good to see you're still alive, Natalie. Oh, hey. Off shift already? Didn't you just replace Soul? That was almost 12 hours ago. Ah, been thought. Thinking it is important, but don't lose track of the world around you. We tried calling for you a few hours ago. The shift? I remember that. Did you find something on the sensors? Forgive us. It's not your fault. We're going to the next site, right? Another failure. Who cares about getting a promotion? I'm more concerned about having a job by the end of this. With all haste, Kika isn't pleased with herself. She bet Faye her entire dinner that we were going to find the shuttle with your artifact on the first try. Faye bet against me. Faye likes food. She'll take risks if the meal is good enough. Well, I suppose I'll have to take a cut from her dinner later for that. Are you hungry? I was going to bring Zuri her meal. If I've been sitting here for 12 hours, I could use a break. Let me lock up first. Yeah, you better lock that door now. Hello, Zuri. There's a bit of commotion as Zuri shuffles something under her bed and leaps to her feet. I keep telling you to knock, gal. If you do not wish uninvited visitors, you should lock the door. Ah. Oh, Nat. Hey, Zuri. How are you feeling? Same old, same old. It's so boring in here. Don't fret. Soul is still trying to get the commander to remove you from being confined to your quarters. Still sounds weird hearing Soul and doing something sweet in the same sentence. He really does want the best for his troops, even the ones who almost knocked him out. Did knock him out. Twice. Twice? But he walked right into it. I do not think that would be exactly the way he would describe it. How can he describe the incident at all? Touché. So what did you bring me? Faye felt so bad for you that she wanted to make tonight's dinner extra special. Is it her linguine? Sliding next to Alphonse with a remarkable precision and haste, Zuri almost seems like when I first met her. Faye's pasta must be something amazing. It is indeed. Nat, you've got to try this. Alphonse just serves the small container of noodles between us. I moved to sit down on Zuri's bed, but she nudges me to the side. Don't sit there. What are you hiding? Eat up. Are you dodging my question? Yes, now eat up. They're so much better warm than cool. Warriors and their secrets. Alright, let's dig in. The gurgling in my gut reminds me that I forgot to eat it again today. I eagerly pop open the lid, not eager to let the rumbling consume my gut further. But the smell that wafts out of my container reminds me of a rotting carcass. The white gloop that covers my noodle makes me feel ill, not excited. I push the noodles around with my fork, though it takes a bit of effort to move the wheat noodles around in the paste. Is this edible? Could this be an attempt to assassinate me? What if I should look into Faye's activity a little closer? Go on, you'll love it. Zuri isn't even touching hers yet. She's watching me, waiting to judge my reaction to this mushy, talky, slimy grossness. Well, even if this is a joke, I'm not one to back down. Bottoms up! For a split second, I had hoped this was going to prove my initial assumptions wrong. Instead, it proved Soul's assessment of Faye's cooking accurate. Tastes like I just ate a salt shaker and tried to wash it down with bonding glue. How I managed to get a single spoonful down is an act of God. It's an act of God! Well, what do you think? It's interesting. It's amazing! Soul and Kylie won't touch it. They don't know what they are missing, right? True. They don't know, and it's probably for the better. Here, I know the flavor leaves much to be desired for human taste. Thanks for looking out for me. What are you two whispering about? Prayer before dinner. Ah! I take the glass of water and try to clean out the waxy remains left on the roof of my mouth. At least my hunger is gone for now. So naturally, we haven't talked much since you arrived. Are you settling in well? I'm getting used to not seeing the sky or fresh air, but I'll adjust with time. If there's anything I can do to help you settle in, let me know. Oh my god. I just realized we've almost been going for like 50 some odd minutes. So we should probably stop now. So, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe to see more, and have a wonderful day.